I'm joined right now by Reignover from Team Immortals after a crazy match against Dignitas. You know what I saw was, Renegades upset TSM, and I start watching this next game. You guys versus Dignitas. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this day? And then you guys still win in the end. What was going through your mind and through the mind of the players, your teammates during that match?
Um, Obviously the game was we were playing like from really behind, and then we make a lot of mistake. Uh, they have like really strong champion around like mid game, so we had pretty hard time around mid game. Like even they have advantage, but we know that we have a lot of power spike on late game, so we were just talking about let's try to defend Nash and try to put a defensive vision. We have Rek'Sai, so we can stop them Nash. And we have late game Sivir, late game TF, late game Graves, so let's just stall the game, and then like whenever it seems like if we greed for team fight, and then if they can finish the game because we don't have any turrets, no inhibit, like we already just play super safe every team fight, and then we ends up like dying on 1 or 2, so they can never end, and then we stall the game until we have 6 cores, so I think that's how we win.
What a crazy match. There's a lot of people who will look at that game and you can say a lot of different things. So you can say, wow, Immortals, maybe not that good. They almost lost to Dignitas. Or you can say, Dignitas is getting really good. They almost beat Immortals. Or you can say, wow, look how good Immortals is. They came from behind and won that whole thing. Or you can say, wow, Dignitas threw that game so horribly. That's how bad they are. For you, what do you think is sort of the takeaway or the story from that game?
I think this game is just we have a lot of globals. We have TF and Rek'Sai, and we have push pressure around top, and we have push pressure on bot too. So like our plan was like having like snowballing like early and mid game with our 2 globals, and then I think our goal was right. Like our decision making around top side and bot side, I think it was right because we outnumbered them, but we just play poorly. I think it's just that if we don't like play that poorly around top and bot play like early game, then I think it would be, for me at least, it would be like pretty easy game because we practice this come a lot, so we know how it's gonna work. But we just misplay like 2 times in a row, and then they take a lot around both side, and then around jungle side too. So I think it's just that it's not like we make. I mean, it's not like they throw or we throw. It's like they play really well, and I think we play really well, but we misplay too, and then we just try to stall the game, and then we success stalling the game.
When you look at those misplays or something like that happens, do you ever get worried? Are you like, well, maybe we're not as good this week as we were? Are we getting worse? Or is there any fear from you whenever you start to have those kind of mistakes early game?
I think our team, like every player in our team have like a lot of experience. Like everyone had played on final and the big stage except Adrian. So like people doesn't really like tilt by playing poorly 1 or 2 times, or even like until the game ends. Like we just try to focus, and then we just try to know what we have to do when we're behind. Like there is something that we have to do when we're behind, and then we practice that. We know how to play that again. Everyone knows how to play when you're behind too. So I think like people doesn't really tilt that because we make a bad play early on in the game.
Now, Adrian was saying on stage, he's sitting right next to you right now. He was saying on stage that he thinks that you guys will be fine in a best of 5, maybe even better. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, normally I prefer best of 5 or best of 3 than best of 1 because there's so many things can happen on best of 1, So I think we will be, personally, like even at Friday, I think we were better. Like we had a lot of confidence on best of 5. We practiced a lot of best of 5. So me and Huni, like of course, like I think me and Huni have a lot of champion pools. So like we are in favor of best of 5, and then overall our team have a lot of champion pool, and then we have a lot of diversity on the strategy.
Yeah.
So I think we are good to go on best of 5.
Now I'm going to do a house tour because you guys moved soon. So like maybe not this week, but the week after, I'm hoping to do a house tour with you. But I heard a rumor that there are 2 people that share a bed in the house. Mm-hmm. Is that true? Are you one of those people?
Well, when we first moved to our house, there was like there's like master room, which is like really big room.
Yeah.
On the second floor, and then there's like really huge bed.
Okay.
Like the size is like 2 times a normal bed,
Yeah.
and then the mattress is really good, you know. So like people were saying, oh, I want this bed, oh, I want this bed, and then we decided to give that room to our Adrian and Huni.
Okay.
So and then they just both want, I guess they just both want that bed, so they just decide to sleep at the same bed because
Okay.
it's really big, you know.
So Adrian and Huni actually sharing a bed.
We share a blanket. We steal a blanket sometimes at night, but when I take it from him and I wake up, I put it back on him. I'm
Okay.
a best support.
Wow. What is your thoughts on that, Reignover? Do you think that's strange or is that normal?
I think top support synergy is the most important in the league.
Okay.
So, right? You agree? Top support.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, for our team, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Well, there we go. We'll just leave it at that. Is there anything you want to say to any of the Immortals fans out there, Reignover?
As always, thanks for supporting us. Thanks for like cheering us, and then like by that we're getting a lot of confidence. We're getting a lot of motivation. So we're just practicing hard for playoffs. So we'll try our best on playoff.
Well, thank you so much, Reignover, for the interview. I'm Travis Gafford, and this is Yahoo Esports.